Hello. Y'all are up like me. Why are y'all up? I'm working. Why are y'all up? What are you doing? Why are you not out in the streets on this good Saturday night? Y'all up. Why y'all up? Why y'all on here? Oh, homework. Well, that's a good reason. That's a good reason. Can't really argue that one. If you're doing homework, then why are you on live? That's a good look, boo. That's a good look. 40 and decide to go back to school. That's a good look. That's a good look. I wish you the best of luck in all of your endeavors. Oh, because I popped up. Oh, it's my fault. Okay. It's my fault. Okay. Well, I'm up because I'm working for you. I'm in a lab looking up something. Inspiration has struck. So I'm up creating something for you. Yep. So what are you studying in school? Hi, Susie. Thank you. My husband is a realtor broker. I'm considering getting a real estate license. You should. You should. So y'all can have the same high and lows and crazy moments together. You should. You should. Become a realtor. It's very rewarding. There's nothing like helping someone find a home in their dreams. It's nothing like helping someone who didn't think that they can purchase a home. That's the money. You're familiar, his secretary. I wish my husband would be my secretary. I wish he would. I wish he would. But yeah, like, my favorite part about being a realtor is helping someone who did not think they could ever own a home. That's my favorite part. My favorite part, that's why I do so much education. Right? Advising people how they can repair their credit so they can become a homeowner. That's the part I love. Like, favorite part. Because when someone's like, oh, Tasha, my credit is horrible. Oh, my pleasure.
Never gonna let you down.
Anybody know why this little boy's still up after midnight? This is what I deal with when his dad's not home. Oh.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Did you put that dinner up? Is it Elvira? Huh?
You got Rick rolled.
Oh, what that mean? Hi, Elvira. Like I was saying, that's my favorite part about being a realtor. Helping those who didn't think it was possible. When they call me and they're like, Tasha, my credit score is a 0.2. Can I explain foreclosure? What do you mean? Like the foreclosure process? Or purchasing a foreclosure? Because basically a foreclosure is if you haven't paid your house note, your mortgage, then, yeah, that's the which one, boo. Basically a foreclosure if you haven't paid both. Okay, if you haven't paid your mortgage, then that means the bank is calling in their loan and they're taking back their property. Pretty much. Purchasing a foreclosure. Well, most of the time they will bid on a foreclosure. Some people try to do a short sale when they're trying to save their credit prior to a foreclosure. Short sales are a blessing and a curse, in my opinion, because you can usually get a nice house based for a very low price. But usually, well, sometimes if the bank takes it back, they may assign it to a realtor to sell for them, or that's amazing. They'll give it to a realtor, or you can bid on it. A lot of the stores on HomeHUDstore.com that I talk about all the time, a lot of them are foreclosed homes that have been pretty much repossessed and are now for sale. But that's amazing. My parents didn't think it was possible. In 2012, they bought their first home. I was talking to a lady today who was referred to me because one of her friends watched me on TikTok. Well, I'm not going to say one of her friends, one of our friends, because I talk to the lady so much that now we're friends. Why, if you buy a foreclosed home with someone still living in it, a new owner has to evict the person? Because they became a squatter. The bank may have told them that they may have had to leave, but didn't go through the full process of the eviction. So the person's basically a squatter. And she was like, I'm 67, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy a house. I was like, well, come on, boo, let's do this. So I'm excited about working with her. I actually get excited about working with everybody, but, she's retired. She sounds very nice. I'm excited. But people become squatters, and you know what happens a lot? Unfortunately, someone could be, it is hard to evict them depending upon your state laws. If someone they were still paying rent to the person they thought owned the property, then, they've been bamboozled. You want to own your own home, do you have to have good credit? I know you probably already answered this. Actually, I just got on live. Not so much. Here's how it goes. When you're dealing with USDA, FHA, NACA definitely not predicated upon credit, but it's predicated upon patience. I'll say that. But when it's USDA, VA, NACA, I'm sorry, I keep saying NACA, USDA, VA, and FHA, they have different minimum credit scores. For USDA, VA, the minimum credit score is 580. Now, most banks, because of the pandemic, look for your score to be about 620 to 640 to initiate. But I have seen some people get home loans with 617s. Also, when it comes down to FHA credit score range kind of is very different. You can actually purchase a home if your credit score with FHA is in between 500 to 579. Now, you will be required to put down more money to lower your credit score. But 580 with FHA, that's when you start qualifying for down payment assistance. Most down payment assistance programs require your credit score to be at 580. Banks, again, because of the pandemic, they may be looking for it to be like 620. But what a lot of people forget is that, if you put down more money, thank you, Frazier. If you put down more money, then, you pretty much can buy yourself into anything, quite honestly. But most people think that they have horrible credit and they won't qualify. They may qualify. Another killer that people don't talk enough about is your debt to income ratio. You can have a very high credit score and still get denied if your debt to income ratio is not where it needs to be. And your debt to income ratio should not be any more than 30%. Now, some loans do let you have it at 40% or 50%. But here's the thing. The higher your income to debt ratio, the lower your buying power. So it kind of works like this. Not kind of works, but this is how it works. The higher your credit score, the lower your interest. The lower your debt to income ratio, the more buying power that you have. Because when you're thinking about your debt to income ratio, that's the amount of income that you have that's going towards debt. So the less debt that you have out there, the more money, the more house you can afford. I hope that answered your question. Probably gave you too much information. Secure the bag. That's cute. Y'all realize I have no idea what these little things mean. I just think it means something good. Some people have told me it meant money, but if it does, I don't know where the money at. You're very welcome. But I'm actually up right now because I'm working on some things to help explain credit to you guys. That look at you, Ida. To explain credit to you guys to make it a lot more user friendly. You're welcome. Anybody else have any other questions? But yeah, so that's how that goes. You're new to TikTok? Welcome to the family. Make sure you like and follow. I usually go live typically Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosting class. Oh, girl, Credit Karma is trash. Credit Karma is trash. That's like you just cursed in the chat room. Credit Karma is trash. Okay, I'll ask you questions in a second, Darlene. Let's talk about this Credit Karma. Credit Karma uses a Vantage score, which is not your actual score. You can go to annualcreditreport.com and get your credit report. However, it will not contain your score. If you're wanting an accurate score, go to myfico.com. That's myfico.com. I have a link to it in my bio. When you do myfico.com and you do the $29.95 one, it gives you all of your scores. And I don't just mean Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. I mean all of your scores. Credit Karma will have you thinking that you got like a perfect credit score. Then you go to apply for something and get denied, and you're wondering why. Well, that's because they're using a Vantage score, which is a fictitious number. You interested in real estate? Okay, I got you. So when you go to myfico.com, like I said, there's a link in my bio. It's going to give you your credit score for each major credit bureau, and they're going to be broken down into different categories. See, everybody thinks that they have one credit score. That's not correct. You actually have 3. Okay? And I don't mean Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Here's what I mean. You have a credit score for mortgages. You have a credit score for purchasing vehicles, and you have a credit score for credit cards and loans. All 3 of those different credit types use different algorithms to come up with your scores. So when you purchase myfico.com and you get your credit bureau report, you're going to get your experience score for car, home mortgage, and for credit cards and loans. And you'll get that for the same Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So in essence, when you're purchasing it, you're getting 9 different scores. And especially since you're purchasing a home, you really want to know what your score is for mortgages. Okay? So, we firing Credit Karma. Okay? Credit Karma give you false hope. I will give you real hope. So what are the pros and cons of purchasing a foreclosure? Well, when you're purchasing a foreclosure, you have the option of it possibly being ripped apart, trashed from the beginning to the end, because that means if it went into foreclosure, they didn't have money to pay the bills, which means they didn't have money to keep it up, right? So when you're purchasing a foreclosed property and you're doing it for investment purposes or you're wanting to flip it, I would suggest that you get the 203K loan. That's the FHA 203K loan. That is a rehab loan. You can go to HUD.gov, click on what we do, and learn all about that loan. You're interested in joining real estate? Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. I'm here for you. I think it was something, real estate agent was something I always wanted to do. You're very welcome, Pooh. Huh? You call me? Guess not. Being a real estate agent was something that I always wanted to do. I started on the mortgage side of it prior to Hurricane Katrina because I'm from New Orleans. Then the storm hit, and I got kind of off but on track. So now I've decided to do a plot twist and switch careers. And here I am at the ripe old age of 46. Plot twist. So, anybody out there got some plot twists going on? Plot twist. But I've always been in service, so this is a different type of service. Is real estate wholesaling real? Yes, it is real. Is it something I practice? No, it is not. Oh, you're very welcome. The reason why I don't practice it, because it's kind of like, right now, since it's a seller's market, it's really kind of hard, because why should I sell you my property for a certain amount? Oh, thank you, Pooh. It's like, why should I sell you my property for a certain amount when I can sell it myself and upsell it myself? This is a seller's market. Like, plus, since TikTok, everybody want to be a wholesaler. Everybody. But if it's something you're going to do, please be ethical. Hey there, I switched careers, and I'm 46 too. Yep. Plot twist. Plot twist. It's like you inhale and you decide that you're going to jump. I'm glad I jumped. How about you? You're welcome, Pooh. I have a habit of calling everybody Pooh. You need one of what, babe? I think it's the right time to purchase a home because of the interest rate is low. Now, with that being said, inventory is low. So, if you're going to purchase, be prepared to go in strong. The interest low, I mean, you may end up paying over asking, but when you compare the amount that you may pay over asking as to what your interest rate could possibly be for 30 years if you wait, yep, plot twist. So, I mean, because like right now, the interest rate is very low, right? You may end up paying $5,000 or maybe even $10,000 over ask. But when you consider having a highest interest rate for 30 years, let's see. Do you think the housing market will crash at some point due to the millions of jobs lost? Here's what I think. We're going to pause on that for a second. Here's what I think. I think a lot of people are afraid of what happened in 2008. But here's the difference. In 2008, banks were lending to anybody. And they were lending with that terrible thing called an adjustable rate mortgage. Sorry. Hold on for a second, y'all. Junior, your dad is trying to call you. Where's the other phone? Call your dad. Sorry, guys. Parenting moment. So, in 2008, banks were lending to anybody, everybody. They weren't actually doing their due diligence, right? So now, banks have gotten very, 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 very good at vetting the hell out of people and crossing every I and dotting every T. Yeah, bring me that phone, babe. And I don't think that's going to be an issue. I do think that there has been a significant job loss. However, if you look around, how many signs do you see of people hiring? So those that are actively pursuing work will find work. I don't think that we're going to have a massive job loss again like we did at the beginning of the pandemic. So my little voice in the inside of me says that everything's going to be all right. But I do know as the economy gets stronger, as it is getting stronger, the interest rates are going to go back up. So that was my rant on that. Let's see. Yes, most definitely go. And strong. She's speaking the truth. Can you purchase a home with low income? Yes. Now, can you purchase $1 million home? No. Can you purchase a home you can afford? Yes. But you have to be realistic. Here's the thing. And here's another rant. Yeah, it's crazy. California, Miami, New York, somebody lost their mind with them prices. Here's the thing. I need y'all not to go into this home buying process with rose-colored glasses. I need you to be realistic about this, right? For me, if you tell me, if you are under 60 and you telling me that this is your forever home, I'm giving you side eye. I really am. Because it's not. You're probably going to be in there 3 to 5 years. Things are constantly changing. How things are constantly upgrading. And like open floor plans was the bomb. Now I'm kind of seeing people wanting to go back to having distinctive rooms. Things, the trends change, right? So you're not going to want to be in that house that you were in 5 years ago because you're going to be like, dang, this needs to be updated, this needs to be done, da 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 da. And you're going to move on, right? So I try to educate my buyers to be realistic. Look, do you really need this, or is it a want? And how long are you going to want this? I try never to get my buyers to spend the total amount that they've been approved for, because just because your lender said you can have this amount, the lender isn't calculating your real life expenses. That's for me, as your agent, I want to come in and be like, hey, so you know you got daycare, right? You know you got to eat, right? We both know you like to travel, right? Because I couldn't call you yesterday because you was in the DR, right? So, it's not a good look. But that's me. You got a 30K grant. I feel my real estate business. If you got a 30K grant, first of all, tell me how you got the 30K grant. Here we go with the stalking. You want to share with me how you got the 30K grant? Because I could use 30K. I'm just saying. Yeah. Right. House rich. Well, house rich, money poor, unrealistic. People, yeah. I try to be real honest. You like having distinctive rooms? Yeah, I notice people are kind of going back to that. They'll be like, they'll want an open living space as far as like, you know, the, I guess living space is the proper term. But, well, you know, the hangout area, like, and they want that open and connecting to their kitchen. But, like, their dining area, they want a distinct dining area. So I'm like, they're not really into, you know, using furniture to separate the rooms or make the rooms distinctive, because it kind of sort of doesn't really do that for them. And then I've noticed that, like, everybody wants to eat in kitchen, but they want a designated spot for where their table goes. It's like it's reverting a little bit. Yeah, house hacking. I was going to say, user Martin, this is what I try to get my people to do. When they're a first-time home buyer with FHA, USDA, NACA, and VA, you can purchase up to 4 units. So I try to get my buyers to purchase 4 units, live in one, rent out the middle 2. The 4th one is pure income, right? So with the middle two, you pay for all four. Probably the middle 1.5, you pay for all four. And then the rest of that half and the fourth is pure income. So you can use that income to purchase more property, or you can use it to purchase your single family home. My bet I would tell you, purchase more property. The one thing they're not making more of is land. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm 40 and I want a distinctive family room for my kitchen and living room. Yeah, that's how I kind of notice people are getting back to. What percentage of debt should I have? Oh, questions jump. Sorry. What percentage of debt should I have to buy a home? I have car debt. Is that affect? Yes, it does. Because that car payment is what affects you. So your income to debt ratio, I really would suggest that exceed 30%. But with some loans, it allows you to go more. Just keep in mind, the higher your income to debt ratio is, the lower your buying power is going to be. Do I ever encourage them to increase income? I do, but I'm trying to think of the best way to answer that. I do, but I'm realistic about it. Because here's why I know people. I try to teach my people, especially here, that when you're saving just to get in the home, you're basically on a crash diet, right? The same thing as if you start working 2 jobs to get in the home. Once you get in that home, you're going to be like, I don't need to work 2 jobs no more, right? So I try to teach them how to make healthy credit choices and how to make realistic decisions. I'm not going to tell you work 2 jobs just to get you in a house that realistically you can't afford. You're not going to work those 2 jobs forever. Then you're going to be, poor. What I mean by poor, meaning you won't be able to maintain the home. It's going to start to depreciate and everything is going to be for naught, right? So I really try to be realistic about how I educate my buyers, because I'm not just trying to get you in the house for a commission. I want you to be in your home for as long as you want to be in the home. So my job, in standing on the ethics that I stand on, I need to teach you how to stay in your home, right? So realistically, me telling you you'll get a part-time job just to get this house, I'm setting you up for failure. And that's just not what I do. If I was approved for a $300K loan, what range would you shoot looking? If you was approved for a $300K loan, what range I was looking? I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point in my life, I probably will still stick with my 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's just the 3 of us. Me. I definitely want a different style bathroom. That would be the thing that I would say I would change the most. So I get 3-bedroom, 2-bath, different style bathroom. Here in Tallahassee, at $300K, you'd probably end up with a 4.2. See, I like it for Airbnb too. Let me tell you what I was explaining a couple of weeks to the class was, like, if you're in a college town, right, you can live in the first one. Maybe have the second one as the family because they're next to you. You know what I'm saying? Then have like the third be like excuse me, college living, like have the college students rent a room, and then the fourth one you can make an Airbnb. The thing about the Airbnb is, and I've been talking a lot about those, especially for people who are in tourist attractions. Because a client, I was just in Orlando with another client not too long, 2 weeks ago, I think. And I was talking to her about, she has several homes, and she was thinking about selling her homes to break it down to build one big house. And I was like, wait, let's talk about this, right? So I was thinking, in Orlando area, you're close to Disney and every other theme park known under the sun. And those theme parks are starting to open back up. Them Airbnbs gonna be booked. 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 Excuse me, y'all. Sleep rolling up on me now. Any other questions? And you can tell I'm getting sleepy and I'm itchy and yawning. These lashes are getting heavy. Do I have any other questions? I've been in this my little closet / office room, and it's quiet, and I'm full. I had lobster for dinner, so I'm full. I'm like trying to power through this because I really wanted to get this done today. Okay. Well, y'all know how to reach me. Hit the link in my bio. You can schedule an appointment, and my phone number's up there so you guys can text me. So if I don't finish this adventure I've started today, I'll definitely finish it tomorrow. What I'm working on is I want to give you guys a planner. You're welcome. I want to give you guys a planner. Well, that's good. That's good. You're welcome. That's good. And let me know I'm not losing it. Thank you very much. Sometimes a girl needs to hear those kind of things. Oh, thank y'all. I swear y'all be trying to ruin my makeup and y'all be wanting me to cry, but I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not doing it. I think it's a plot to see how y'all can make me cry. I swear I do. I'm not doing it. But what I'm working on is a little like calendar where you guys can track your expenses and your savings, and you can write down your goals and keep everything together. Let's change that phrase. Happy Saturday to you too. And let's change that phrase. I'm very much so on speaking things into existence. So, Gina, we're going to change that to say you are moving to Florida, and when you move to Florida, you will be purchasing a home. But let me top you. You're going to move to Florida. Not only going to purchase a home, but you're going to be so blessed that you're able to pay cash for that home. Power of life and death is in the tongue. Thank you. I'm trying. I got like different things I'm working on, like working on my YouTube channel. I want to do little shorts. Anytime, babe. Anytime. Do I have any refi advice? What do you refi for? To purchase more property, huh? Is that why you refi? Or you refi for repair? And if you refi for repair, then you really should use a 203K loan. So, are you refining for more property? Because that's the thing I'm going to give you permission to refi for. Take that money and invest in some more property. I know. Refinancing. I know. That's my advice. If you're going to refi, and if you're refinancing to move those funds that you're taking out of the house, are you putting it, or is the plan to purchase more property with it? Like, I'm okay with you refinancing, especially now with these interest rates as low as they are. You'd be a mad person not to. But the money that you're pulling out of that property, what are you doing with that? If you're going to use that money to pay off debt, then make sure when you're paying off that debt that you are committed not to getting back into debt. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pay off a credit card and then close it out. No. You're going to pay off a credit card. You're going to not touch it. And if you're touching it, you're only touching it enough to keep it alive. And here's what I mean. By maybe purchasing a shirt for $15, $10. Because if you leave a credit card idle for too long, they're gonna close it. And you don't want to close it because you don't want to lose that history. But if you're going to refi, upgrade major repairs for a rental for a low interest rate. You don't want to do a 2 or 3K loan for that? Because you could possibly qualify for a 2 or 3K. Okay, so with a 2 or 3K loan, it's called the rehab loan because you can renovate with it as well. So go to HUD.gov, that's HUD.gov, click on what we do, and then you're going to see something that says home financing. Click on that, and it's going to bring you to the FHA loans. Read about that. It's a FHA product. See, with the 2OK3 loan is that, like, let's say, for example, I'm purchasing some property, right? I get, instead of a regular FHA loan, which is a 203B, I get the 203K, right? If I get the 203K, then the bank is going to lend me, yep, you got it. Then the bank is going to lend me enough money to repair the property to bring it up to value with all the other properties in the neighborhood. Or as a homeowner, I can get that loan and I can rehab my property. But if you're going to refi to do that, you can refi to do it if it's going to bring up the value of the home. So you have options. So when you go to HUD, you're going to hover over the little top bar, and it's going to click down and say what we do. Click on that, and you can read about it. So, yeah. Read about that and see if that's an option that you may be interested in. Anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, that interest rate, that's a big difference. I mean, you're definitely doing it for a good reason. Because a lower interest rate is going to save you money in the long run. At 300K? Girl, yeah. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yes, ma'am. That's a lot of money saved. you just secured your bag for the long haul. You're welcome, boo. What grant do you get for buying a house over 55? None that I'm aware of. There are probably some out there. I just don't know of any, to be honest. Just be honest with you. One thing about me, I'm very black and white. I don't know of any, to be honest. I mean, they might got something. Just try Googling it. Google has a wealth of information. I mean, makes sense that they would. I just don't know of any. I mean, it seems logical that it would. Can anybody negotiate a closing? What do you mean? Like the closing costs? If that's the question, I do that all the time. Is that what you mean? Closing costs? Yeah. First of all, the first thing you want to make sure when you get ready to put in an offer that your real estate agent contacts the seller's agent and inquire. They may be forthcoming, they may not. But I always ask, what is your seller looking for? They're selling their home for a reason, right? They're not always selling it just for money. They're always selling it for a reason. So I kind of try to build up a dialogue to ask, what's the reason, right? So if I understand the thought process, then I can tailor my buyer's offer better. Yeah, why not? Social Security is a steady source of income. But and when I am negotiating, I typically, if I'm representing a buyer and I know my buyer's situation, then I try to tailor the offer. I'm so sorry, y'all. I try to tailor the offer to benefit my buyer, but I also understand it's a give and take, right? So when it comes down to closing costs, if I can ask the buyer, I can ask the seller for closing costs, or I can ask my buyer to see if her lender can roll up the closing costs and the cost of her loan. That's an option. His or her loan, that's an option as well. But yes, closing costs is negotiable. And I always have my buyers write a letter, or I will write a letter about my buyer when I send over the offer. If they're an older person, I'll say they're an older person purchasing their first home. My goodness, I'll let them know that this will be their forever home, whatever, so they can understand and personalize the person I'm dealing with. They're not just looking at a piece of paper that's about money. You know, when they get that letter, that makes you a person. So I try to negotiate that. I usually try to always negotiate, if it's not a new home, getting a home warranty, because that's within the best interest of my client, that's the buyer. I also, will try to negotiate different costs for the survey and stuff like that. But Now, if I'm representing the seller, I'm pretty much like a shark. I'm different. Because from the seller's perspective, I know what they need. I know how much they need to recoup from the selling of this property, because again, they're selling it for a reason. And when I'm representing the seller, I'm a shark. I take no mercy. And when I'm the buyer's agent, I take no mercy. Like, I can't tell you, for me, how much fun it is to sit across from another agent at the closing table and for them to tell my buyer, well, to have the title company tell my buyer, oh, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. And then I look down, I look at the seller's agent, and they looking like, what? But that's just me. But yes, Social Security is a steady stream of income. They have, when you're self-employed, they do have some lenders that will use your statements, your bank statements to, my husband just arrived and he got the face wondering why his wife is on FaceTime. It's on TikTok. Hi, husband. Hello. But there are some lenders who do use your bank statements to qualify you when you're self-employed. Now, if your next question is about to be who, my answer going to be, I don't know. I can find out. I know they exist. And I definitely know they exist. It's got to be one in Tallahassee, because I just read about it on, thank you, husband. I just read about it on the Keller Williams website. So I use state income to buy my house in Cali. It's very possible. It depends on the hi to your husband. he's on the live. It's very possible. I just don't know of any. Now I have to research it for you to find out what lenders do it. But I do know it's possible. Oh, please, at my earliest convenience. I'm not going to use that pen. I'm going to use a reminder pen. Okay, can you do me a favor too, the cupcake lady? Can you text me as well? That way I have your contact information in your text. If you can put your name and your email. My phone number is 850, and this is for everybody. Write this down. 850-212-6097. I know I'm not smiling. I'm tired. It's 850-212-6097. That's 850-212-6097. That better, husband? Now you can go ahead and type my phone number in so everybody will have it. 850-212-6097. That's 850-212-6097. And I know you made these little things. So yeah. You're welcome, Pooh. But no, I was falling asleep, husband, so I figured what better way to keep me up than to talk to my family. So, talking to my family. Welcome. So this is what I also want you guys to know too. When we're talking about credit, please, please, please understand how your score is created. Okay? It's based upon, that's funny because your phone didn't ring because you're at work. Based upon your payment history, your outstanding debt, your length of credit history, new credit, and your credit mix, right? So, people think, oh, let me go get a bunch of credit cards. No, it's a mix. You want to have credit cards, you want to have loans, you want to have a car, right? You have to have a healthy mix. Like you have to have a balanced plate when you're eating. You have to have a balanced credit mixture. Do y'all get that? And the history is really important too. Like the two biggest things that affect your credit is your payment history. Because if you get a late payment, that mug will drag your score down like nobody's business, right? It holds you hostage. If you can afford it, yes, I do. You never want to be in too much debt. Because believe me, life happens when you're not paying attention. So yes, I do recommend paying off one house before purchasing another, if you can. I mean, if you could comfortably afford to not, then that's okay. I've just learned that life is what happens when you're not paying attention. And, people have their primary homes and vacation homes all the time. They do it. But you finally got your done? Why is it so hard? Not in a sarcastic way. This is the sincere question. Why is it so hard? Because you're like another person has taken them a while to get the duns. Is there something that's tripping y'all up that I need to teach on? Like, if there's something I need to teach y'all on, I'm happy you got it. Trust me, I am very happy you got it. I'm elated that you got it. But I've noticed that seems to be an area for people. So is it something that I need to teach on, and maybe I need to do another one-on-one? No, I'm sorry, not one-on-one, but another session where I go through each screen? Like, is there an area in my teaching I need to clarify to make it more user-friendly for you? Yes? Okay, then I'll do that next week. Probably Monday night. Okay, so I'll see you here on Monday night. Make sure that you click the alert button so you can get the alert when I go live. I go live Monday through Thursday at 8:30. But I'll go back through it. Thank you. Okay, I'll go back through it because I've noticed that it's tripped up a couple of people, and that's usually an indicator for me that I need to change my teaching style about it, or maybe go a little more in depth or be a little more detailed, which I don't have a problem with doing any of the above. Because the whole point is for you to learn, right? So Monday is going to be on Duns. Monday is also my brother's birthday. You're welcome, boo. Okay, so DUNS is like your identification number for doing business. Typically, you would use your DUNS number. They'll ask for it when you're applying for business credit. They'll ask for your DUNS number. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of what you compare it to. I don't want to say tracking number, but it's kind of like a tracking number for your business. And especially your EI, I need to do EIN too. So I need to do the whole business process again. Oh, Monday is my brother's birthday. He's my oldest brother. He's my I'm not gonna say my favorite. I'm gonna say preferred. Okay, no, he's my favorite brother. He is. So your EIN number is your employee identification number. That's for tax purposes and for credit building as well. So it sounds like I need to do another class on establishing a business. Sounds like I need to do a refresher on that. And if so, that's fine. Now, also don't forget on weekdays I have a lunch and learn. And happy birthday to your little man. Well, he's probably big man, but your man. How about that? Your son. Because I don't want to say little man, then he turned out to be, 40. Okay, so don't forget, I do the lunch and learns where I teach class in the middle of the day. So when you guys are possibly at lunch and you can pop in for a class. Oh, he turns 19. He turns 19 on the 19th. That's cool. So you have a young man. I don't know if your young man is a reader, but if your young man is a reader, then he needs to read The Alchemist. He's at the perfect age for that book. A lot of life lessons. I'm big on reading too. It teaches you that when you want something and you're working for it, the whole universe will conspire to give you what you want. That's one of the lessons. But yes, The Alchemist. Actually, it's the book that I've been giving away lately in my lives. I like to give away reading material. It's probably backwards to you, but it's The Alchemist. I read this book every year, sometimes twice a year. I read that book, and I also read, The Alchemist. I read that book as well as The Purpose-Driven Life, at least once a year too. Just reminders. I'm here for a purpose. Just reminders. Because sometimes we get so caught up in life that we forget the important stuff. We often forget that we're having soul-to-soul interactions and not just a basic transaction. Nope. When you deal with a person, you gotta remember that you're dealing with their eternal soul. And how would you want your eternal soul to be treated? Which is why I do what I do. But that's the perfect book. I got it from Amazon. The Purpose-Driven Life. I got that book on Right, Frenchie. I am, because I was working. Hey, Frenchie. I saw you snacking earlier too. I just didn't say anything. But and congratulations also. Hey, Manucha. Why y'all up? Sorry. The DUNS lessons, I will do it at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Congratulations, Frenchie. I'm glad I was one of the 100,000. I was probably like about a good 100 of the 100,000, because I don't think you have a video I didn't like. Oh, you slept all day. Mad jealous right now. I'm mad jealous. Yes, I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Welcome, Pamela, and thank you. Welcome, Pamela, and thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Frenchie. You see my husband screaming at you at the bottom. Girl, you are hilarious. You are the great pick-me-up on a bad day. You are. You are a great pick-me-up on a bad day. You are. Hilarious. I think your first video was good too. I watched it like 5 times because I was like, wait, how she did the switch when he had on the fur? Pumpkin, that's my husband. Pumpkin, that's my husband. He's a fan too. We're your fans. Sorry, y'all. Having a fangirl moment. I love her comedy. Yeah, she's quite funny. But 8:30 p.m. on Monday. And I also have my Lunch and Learn. My Lunch and Learn on Monday, and you can click the link in my bio for that. That's going to be on personal credit. Now on Monday, what I've been working on today, that's going to be, that was your dad in the fur? It was cute. Now on Monday, for those who attend my class on Monday, you're going to get an ebook of explaining what credit is and how to be credit healthy. That's what I'm working on now. And it's going to give you, yes, Eastern. Everything, I live in Florida, so everything's Eastern. So what I'm trying to do is, okay, TD, I'll see you there. What I'm trying to do is, for my Lunch and Learns, since they're going to be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, I want to make sure that I give you material that you can work on for the next time you come back. So usually Monday and Wednesdays is about personal credit. Tuesdays and Thursdays are about business credit. So that's what I'm working on. I'm also working on the business credit one as well. The Lunch and Learns are they're in 30-minute increments from 12:30 to 2. So you can click the link in my bio. So, like, you're going to receive the ebook as well as, they're going to have some letters in there for you as well. So, yeah. The same thing for the business. It's going to be the how to establish your business credit. I've gone over it several times in the lives, but I think because of some of the questions are being repeated, and yes, some of the questions, yeah. So it's like 12:30 to 1, then it'll be 1:30 to 2. It's the times how that goes. But I've learned, even though some questions are from new people, but some questions are from my seasoned people too. So I think it's better if you have reference material. So for the Lunch and Learns, you're getting reference materials, right? So therefore, if you're like, oh, I missed, like if you're in my lives, they're usually, kind of moving a little bit. So if you missed like the name of the third-party credit bureaus, then when you get the booklet, the ebook, they'll be listed in there for you, the websites. Or if you missed how to add your rent and your utility bills to your credit bureau report to help boost it up, the website will be listed in here for you. I'm usually giving out a lot of information, a lot of websites. a lot of how to find the things that you need, like we were talking earlier. Whoa, yeah, that's dominant specific. Like we were talking about earlier, and I was saying, go to HUD.gov, click on what we do. It'll be that kind of directive thing will be in there to help you find what you need to find, and it'll be yours that you can go back to at any time and use as a resource. So that's my goal, which is why I'm up. So yeah. I'm glad it helped you, Frenchie. I'm glad it helped. I'm glad it helped. Oh, Pooh. That was sweet. Like, even though I often tell y'all to bring pen and paper to class, like, I'm sure when people are like, yeah, right, I need pen and paper. Oh, thank you. And then when I start talking, they're like, oh crap, let me get something to write this on. So if I have it housed for you, that way you can refer back to it, I think that would be very helpful for you. I mean, if you disagree, you can let me know, but that's what I was thinking. Try to make it as user-friendly as possible. Oh, I appreciate y'all. I'm just trying to come up with different ways to help. But y'all, it is 1:30. I'm over here just scratching because now I'm like tired. And I have to still put up dinner. Yeah, my son cooked dinner, so I gotta put it up. It's my turn. No, your business credit score and your personal credit score are two completely different things. And isn't that amazing that they're two things? Yes, good night. But my phone number? I'll do you one better. Hold on. Screenshot it. Oh, you're welcome. That's probably my blood sugar. Oh, I'm glad you're having a party too. Grand Rising, and then to Grand Rising. So did you get it? You screenshot it? Cool. All right, my good people. Y'all get y'all some rest. Cool. Y'all gonna get y'all some rest. And don't call me out in the morning. Because quite obviously I'm gonna be asleep. It's Sunday. I'll be tweet. But you can text me and I'll reply to you on Monday. Good night, muffins. It was a pleasure talking with you guys. As always. Have a good night. Stay safe. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to have a glass of wine before I go to sleep. I'm gonna be out. Pray for me. Thoughts and prayers for me. My family. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Appreciate ya. Good night, y'all. Oh, always. That's so sweet. Bye, y'all.